How is everybody out there doing? Right before the video starts, if you've been enjoying the content, please go ahead and like this video and also subscribe to the channel. Your support is really appreciated. So UFC Fight Island 3, Alexander Gustafsson versus Fabricio Werdum at heavyweight, because obviously Werdum isn't dropping down to light heavy. So this is a good one. This is a good fight. Gustafsson comes off of that loss to Anthony Smith and says, hey, you know what? I'm done. I'm hanging it up. I'm out of here. Says he's going to walk away from the sport, retire. I get it. He's been around for a long time. He's kind of hit this rough patch in his career where he racked up some losses. Definitely looks like as long as John Jones is at 205, he wouldn't be getting any more shots at the title. So he's like, I'm out of here. But you know that itch comes back, so he's sitting at home. One thing leads to another. Now he's coming back at heavyweight, and he's fighting Werdum. And I think this is a great fight for him. I think this is going to be a great one. So number one, he's coming back at heavyweight. It means he's always been a big guy at 205, and it means he doesn't have to make that cut anymore. That's going to be huge. Gustafsson was big for at 205. So I'm sure he cut a lot of weight. I mean, I'm making this video after the weigh-in. He came into the weigh-in at 240. So think about that. He probably didn't walk around at 240 when he knew he was fighting at 205, but I bet you he walked around at 225, cut all the way down to 205, maybe even like 230 and cut down to 205. Like, that's not fun. That's not something that you look forward to, especially when you do it like 25 times in a row or whatever as a professional fighter. So coming in at heavyweight now, that's great. That really is going to help his spirit and really help him rejuvenate. I believe that. Watching these interviews coming up to this fight, he seems like he's in a great place. Now, before I get down to the nuts and bolts of the analysis, I will throw in one other thing. Gustafsson seems to have broken a cardinal rule, which is he let a story from the gym come out to the public. He's talked about how him and Werdum have actually sparred in the past. Said it was a long time ago, maybe like 10 years or something. But he said that he absolutely got the better of Werdum in the sparring, said he actually broke his nose and Werdum quit and wouldn't spar him anymore. So that's an interesting little wrinkle to this. Now, but to get down to the actual nuts and bolts of it, right? The analysis and the prediction of it. So first things first, I look at it. Werdum's last fight. Now, he got popped by USADA for a dirty screen. If I remember correctly, he took like 2 years off. He comes back. He fights Olenek. And he did not look good. He did not look good at all in that fight. His body looked out of shape, looked kind of soft and flabby. He came out and he looked slow, like he couldn't really respond to the speed of the fight. Olenek was just catching him with good, strong, hard shots in the first round. Didn't look that good. Lost the decision. And you think back about when Werdum went on his run, right, from like 2012 to 2015. He was knocking guys out and eventually ended up winning the belt. The culmination of that run gets the guillotine choke, I believe, against Velasquez when he wins the belt in Mexico City. So that's always funny. I always remember that one because of the elevation and how we saw Kane perform at elevation, which was interesting to say the least. Now that being said, that's not the same Werdum that we see nowadays. Now his striking progressed leaps and bounds over the years. Okay, ever since he started working with Rafael Cordeiro, and he still does to this day down at King's MMA. That's the same place that Calvin Gastelum trains and a host of other guys. He gets in some top-notch work. Rafael Cordeiro is a master Muay Thai coach. His guys come out after they've been working with him for a while. Their striking is top-notch. He's also worked with, off the top of my head, Jose Aldo and Rafael Dos Anjos. So Werdum's striking is good. But when he was in his prime, when he was going on that run, what he was using with his striking to dominate was knees in the clinch and a jab. Now, he also had a low kick, and he's got a right hand that he works in there and stuff, but he was controlling distance with that jab, and he had a good low kick. And those knees in the clinch were deadly. Now, Gustafsson, his stand-up, completely different. He doesn't walk forward like Werdum. He doesn't try to walk guys down, nothing like that. Light on his feet. Moves around, dances on the outside balls of his feet, all about speed and angles. Uses primarily a boxing-based approach. loves sticking the jab out there, throws that right hand numerous ways, throws it straight, throws the uppercut, whips it around on the side like a hook. He's really versatile in the way that he does that, and it works out beautifully for him. He hides it well behind his movement, works it in nice, slips it behind guys' guards, slips in between the guard, combines it with the footwork to get the perfect angle and timing on it. I mean, obviously the most beautiful example of that was when he knocked out Glover Teixeira with the 3 uppercuts and then looping it around the side, right? And that's going to match up beautifully against Werdum. Werdum's flat-footed. Werdum comes forward and he plods. That is a guy who's tailor-made for Alexander Gustafsson's style. His speed at heavyweight is going to shine. He had speed at 205. He was fast for the 205-pound division. When he moves up to heavyweight, he's going to be very fast compared to the average contender up there. Think about somebody like Stipe. Stipe's fast for the division. He's a little bit small, a little bit undersized. He's fast for the division. Gustafsson's faster than him. I'm not saying he's a better fighter. He's going to beat Stipe or anything like that. Don't take this out of context. I'm just talking about speed. Gustafsson's going to come in there. He's going to work from the outside beautifully, bouncing on the balls of his feet, looking for those angles. Werdum's going to come forward plotting, trying to close the distance behind a high guard. From a striking standpoint, Gustafsson's going to have all the advantages. He's going to be able to tear Werdum apart from the outside. He's not going to be able to handle his speed. He's not going to be able to handle the combination punching. Gustafsson is not known for his power, but it's going to add up when he starts landing shot after shot, and it's going to be clean. You know, and then Werdum's going to, what's going to happen? Is it going to be like we saw in the Stipe fight? When Stipe landed a shot, Werdum tried to close the distance right away, instantly tried to get him back. And what happened? Stipe backing up, caught him with the right hand. Game over. Werdum loses the belt. Is it going to be like that again? Is Gustafsson going to come in, catch him with some nice clean shots from the outside, bounce around a little bit, work some angles? Werdum's going to get his ego bruised, come rushing forward and just get caught with some beautiful counters, end up getting hurt up against the cage, land a few more shots and get him out of there? Maybe. I'll tell you what, I like Gustafsson in this fight. You know, Werdum's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Dominates guys on the ground. I don't even think it's going to go there. Don't even think that'll matter. Werdum's not known for his takedowns. Gustafsson's not going to come in and try to work takedowns. I don't really see it playing out that way. I think this will be a stand-up battle for the most part. Werdum's got some beautiful knees in the clinch. I don't really see that coming into play. Gustafsson's a pretty tall guy anyways. I think it'll be hard to land those knees if it does get into the clinch, but I don't see it going there. I think Gustafsson's going to be able to pretty much dictate this fight. He's going to dictate the speed, the pace, the rhythm from the outside and the distance. He's going to be able to work and dance, stay on the balls of his feet, land good shots. I don't think Werdum's going to look good. Now, let me also say this, okay, while I'm over here bad-mouthing Werdum, which is crazy because the man's a legend in and of his own right, okay? So I don't mean to downplay what he brings. He looked a lot better physically at this weigh-in than he did in his last fight. So I believe he's in shape. He's probably been training a lot better. He's probably going to look much better than he did in that last fight. And he's never completely out of it by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think this is like a foregone conclusion where he has no chance of winning. But I am looking at it. Gustafsson's going off on approximately like neg 350 in Vegas. And I think there's value in that line. I think you can put a little bit of something on that and come home with the winner's circle with your ticket raised. I think Gustafsson is going to get the victory in this one up at heavyweight. Now, what does that mean for him in the future of the division? I can't really say. He'll have to rack up some more wins. How does he look against the elite of the elite in this division? Namely, if we're looking at somebody, let's say, throw out some names: DC, Stipe, Ngannou. I mean, I don't know. We're not even going to go down that road just yet. But just looking at this one, I think he comes away with the victory, and I think he looks good when he does it. And he dominates it with his striking from the outside. If you like this content, if you've been enjoying it, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support. Down in the comments, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a good move for Gus coming up to heavyweight, coming out of retirement, even though he announced that? Even though it wasn't really like time off, but he did announce the retirement. Now he's back. Do you think it's going to go well at heavyweight? How do you think Werdum's going to look after his last fight? Is he going to look flat like he did last time, or will he be able to come out better? Let me know what you guys think in the comments.